My family and I share a close bond. We love spending time together, especially on vacations. We try to take trips together a few times each year, and even if someone can't join, we always bring back a little something for them, so they feel included. I'm Jenny, 27 years old, and I live with my family. My dad is often away for work, so he's not around much. My sister, who is married, has moved out, so it's usually just me, my mom, and my grandfather at home. Recently, though, my sister hasn't been acting like herself. Even when she visits, she seems sad. Are you okay, sis? You don't seem like your usual self lately. I'm fine, really. I've noticed you're not smiling much. Is everything okay with your in-laws? Yeah, everything's fine. Stop asking such strange questions. She got defensive, and after a while, she went to her in-laws' house, though it was clear she wasn't happy about it. A few days later, she returned, visibly shaken. What's wrong, sis? You look terrified. I'm not scared. But you're shaking. What happened? It's nothing. I'm just cold. Seeing her in this state made me anxious, and then the doorbell rang. It was Tsin, her husband. Hey, there you are. We were getting worried. Sorry for the trouble. Rachel's been feeling homesick. Let's go home. She left with him, but her distress was palpable. Mom, do you think something's wrong with sis? You noticed it too? She seemed terrified when she saw Tsin. I'm really worried. Do you think something's happening at her in-laws? With that worry in my heart, I decided to visit her in-laws' house. When I arrived, Leah, my sister's mother-in-law, greeted me at the door. Oh, Jenny, it's been so long. What brings you here? My sister's been acting strange lately, so I just wanted to check in. Everything's fine here, really, nothing out of the ordinary. If you say so. While we were talking, there was a loud noise from the living room. Oh no, what's going on? What's that noise? I'm not sure. Look, I'm really busy today. You should probably go back. Wait, why won't you let me inside? You're already at the door, aren't you? That's not what I meant. Leah refused to let me in. I couldn't check on my sister. A few days later, something worse happened. My sister came home in tears. Sis, what's happened? Are you okay? What's wrong? She just cried, unable to speak. But when I looked closer, I noticed bruises on her body. It seemed that Leah and Tsin had hurt her. This is horrible. How could they do this? I held her close as we both cried, but she seemed even more troubled. The baby, our baby. She has a young child, just an infant, but there was no sign of the baby with her. Sis, where's the baby? What happened? Through her sobs, she managed to tell me. They hurt our baby. What do you mean? What did they do? I've been putting up with it for so long. Tsin's abusive, and my mother-in-law has been harassing me. When I tried to stand up for myself, they threatened the baby. That's terrible. She was trying to protect her child, but her voice trembled, and she couldn't continue. Just then, Grandpa walked in. What's going on? What happened? My sister explained everything to him through her tears. Grandpa didn't say much, but he immediately made a phone call. Who are you calling? I asked, but Grandpa didn't answer. He simply said, we're going to their house. So, with Mom, my sister, and me in tow, Grandpa drove us to the in-laws' house. After a short drive, we arrived. Well, what a surprise to see the whole family here. Leah greeted us, acting innocent. I've heard you've hurt my granddaughter and my great-grandchild, Grandpa said calmly, but Leah just laughed. So what? It's no big deal. And anyway, it's all her fault, she said, pointing at my sister. I couldn't understand what she was blaming her for. She told Tsin to cut back on sausages because they're high in purine, and he was eating them every day. What's wrong with him eating what he wants? My sister was just concerned about her husband's health. And you hurt my granddaughter over something like that? You're blowing this way out of proportion. It's ridiculous to bring the whole family here over this. Are you all fools? Leah laughed with no shame. Grandpa stayed silent, but I could see he was angry, his brow furrowed. Just then, Tsin arrived. Hey, you're back. Did you visit your parents again? I was worried about you, he said with no concern. Why's the whole family here? We're here to confront you. Huh? Confront? Mom, what's this old man talking about? I don't know. Maybe he's losing his mind. Leah Ensign laughed, and even Grandpa chuckled. What are you all laughing about? I was just thinking about what's about to happen to you too. It won't be long now. What do you mean? Just then, cars started pulling up, one after another, and parking in front of the house. What's happening? People started getting out of the cars, surrounding the house. About 30 people, most of them my relatives. Who are all these people? Why are there so many? They're my family. They came because they heard about what happened to my granddaughter. What? They're crowding our house like this? It's annoying. Well then, let's go inside your house. With that, Grandpa let our relatives inside. Hey, don't just barge in like that. We followed Grandpa inside, and in the living room, my sister's baby was crying. Oh no, his face is all swollen. My sister rushed to pick up the baby. Could it be that they've been hurting the baby since my sister left? That's serious. Did you really hurt such a tiny child? That's not it. It was unavoidable. We didn't want to do it, Leah claimed, explaining that the baby wouldn't stop crying, so they had to hit him. You don't hit a child just because they're crying. Leah and Sin are wrong, and I can't forgive them for this. How dare you do this to my family? Some of our relatives are police officers, so we can press charges for assault, Grandpa said angrily. But wait, isn't this a civil matter if it's between family? Not necessarily, especially with evidence of assault. Grandpa spoke with the relatives, and they all agreed. After what they did to my sister and the baby, I won't rest until they're taken away by the police, I said firmly. Leah Ensign continued making feeble excuses. We don't need to make a big deal out of this. We just need to make sure it doesn't happen again. You're overreacting. Lee's voice trembled, showing she understood how serious this was. Rachel, say something. We didn't do anything wrong, I pleaded. Yeah, it was just a bit of rough handling, Rachel responded. Come on, Rachel, speak up. We're married, right? Stand by me, Scene demanded. Without hesitation, Grandpa stepped in front of Rachel, yelling at Scene, how dare you speak to my granddaughter like that? Just because Rachel and I are married doesn't mean you can treat her any way you please. That's enough. According to you, no matter how much you hurt Rachel, we should keep quiet because we're not blood relatives? But how can we just stand by and watch? Grandpa's anger surged, and Scene, overwhelmed by fear, started crying. Hold on a second. You guys came into our house uninvited. Isn't that trespassing? If I call the cops, wouldn't you be the ones in trouble? Scene retorted. We're prepared to face the consequences for that, but you need to realize you're doing something worse. Trespassing is one thing. You should deal with that first, Grandpa replied, his tone unwavering. What are you talking about? Scene demanded, but before anyone could respond, Leah burst into tears. Suddenly, Leah charged into the crowd of relatives. What are you doing? As Grandpa tried to stop her, Leah had already grabbed Rachel. Why did you bring all these people here? You're causing a scene. Leave now. Leah shook Rachel by the shoulders. Fix this. Fix it now. Let her go. Stop it, Grandpa shouted as he forcefully pulled Leah away. Wow, throwing a frail woman like that. How heartless. Is this considered assault? Leah tried to provoke Grandpa, but he remained unfazed. Don't think that'll work. The real problem is you attacking Rachel just now, Grandpa said sternly. But it's not my fault. We were living peacefully, and then all this happens because of her, Leah yelled. Maybe you were living peacefully, but Rachel wasn't. You've been incredibly cruel to her, even to your own great-grandchild. How can you be so shameless? Grandpa fired back. I'm not being shameless. I'm just speaking the truth. Rachel, say something. You've been silent this whole time. It's your fault all of this is happening. Leah continued shouting at Rachel. Finally, after staying silent with her head bowed, Rachel spoke. Mother-in-law, I don't want to live in this house anymore. What are you talking about? Leah scoffed. You and Sin have treated me terribly. I never thought my marriage would end up like this. I want a divorce. A divorce? Rachel, you've been holding this back for a long time to suddenly say it, Grandpa said, taken aback. Rachel had been silently enduring everything for so long, but with Grandpa's and Mom's support, She found the courage to speak her truth. With a determined expression, she announced she was leaving Sin. "Don't joke with me. I'll never agree to a divorce. You'll be my servant forever," Sin yelled. "No way. I'm not your servant. I won't let you control me," Rachel shot back. "Well, you're definitely my granddaughter. When you decide to act, you really do," Grandpa said, impressed by Rachel's strength. "This isn't the right time for this conversation. I won't allow a divorce with Sin. I need a servant too," Leah interrupted. "If you're talking about a divorce, you'll have to pay Sin," she added, standing her ground. "Why would there be any compensation?" Grandpa asked. "You've been a nuisance to Sin all this time. You owe us millions in damages." "Hold on. That's too far," Sin protested. "We don't have that kind of money. I won't accept any excuses. You'll pay, even if it's in installments. We have lawyers in the family, so don't think you can just walk away," Grandpa warned. "You have lawyers? Mom, what should we do now? Should we apologize?" Leah asked, clearly panicked. "What are you talking about? We don't even know if an apology will make a difference. But if the company finds out about our divorce, it could make things awkward at work," Sin added. "Work?" Grandpa suddenly remembered something. I recall hearing about Rachel's husband's company. You work for a company run by my relatives, don't you?" "What, you have relatives there?" Leah asked, shocked. You'll have plenty of consequences to face, but trespassing isn't even the worst of your actions, is it? We need to deal with that first," Grandpa said. "Fired? Not only a divorce, but fired?" Sin stammered, panic rising in his voice. "Don't kid around. You think saying you don't want this will get you off the hook? Think about what you've done," Grandpa declared, his tone final. "Mom, do something. I'm going to lose my job," Sin cried out, desperate. "This is ridiculous. This is so unfair," Leah lamented. "Who started all this outrageous behavior?" Grandpa asked. "All I've done is protect my dear granddaughter." Grandpa's gaze was sharp as he looked at Leah and Sin, who were too scared to even speak. "Let's end this discussion here. Rachel, you can relax now. Our relatives will handle the rest," Grandpa said calmly. "Thank you, Grandpa," Rachel said, her voice filled with gratitude. As Grandpa began to leave with Rachel, Leah and Sin began shouting in despair. Wait, we were wrong. Please don't go through with the divorce. I'm begging you," Sin shouted. But Rachel didn't look back. She got into Grandpa's car, and they drove away. "You should accept it. Everything that's happened is your fault," Grandpa said firmly. Why did this have to happen?" Leah cried. "It's almost all your fault," Sin yelled angrily. "What? I'm not the one at fault here. You are," Rachel yelled back, finally standing up for herself. Leah and Sin kept arguing until they were out of sight. We returned home after that, leaving the legal matters to our family lawyer, the police, and the company's owner. In the end, Rachel was granted a divorce and received a settlement. Additionally, Sin was fired from his job, and it seemed nearly impossible for him to find another. Rachel was finally free and couldn't help but shed tears of happiness. Some time later, we noticed Sin lingering around our house. It appeared he wanted to reconcile with Rachel, but she had no intention of doing so. When Grandpa saw him, he was furious. He immediately called our family's police officer and had Sin arrested for stalking. A restraining order was placed on Sin, and he stopped coming around our house. Finally, peace returned to our home. Rachel said she planned to raise her baby with the support of our family. For a while, I helped take care of the baby, enjoying my life with my wonderful family. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again in the next video. Stay stunned.